All right, let's talk about something we've all been through. You're exhausted, you're staring into space, and then bam, you snap back to reality, but you have no idea what just happened for the last few seconds. Well, today we're going to solve that exact mystery. What is really happening inside your brain when you zone out?
You know that feeling, right? You're just so tired, maybe you're in a meeting or watching a show, and your brain just checks out. Your eyes are open, you're technically awake, but you completely miss what was just said. It happens to literally everyone.
But here's where it gets really wild. This isn't just you losing focus. It's not a failure of willpower. New science is showing that it is a powerful, measurable, physical event happening inside your skull. Your brain is actively doing something, and honestly, it might just change how you think about being tired forever.
So, to really get what's going on, we have to update our whole model of the brain. We tend to think of it as this super complex computer, right? All circuits and electrical wires, but that's only scratching the surface.
See, every single one of your billions of neurons, every connection, isn't just floating around in a void. They're all submerged, swimming in this incredibly active physical world. And to solve the mystery of zoning out, we have to look at the space between the cells.
So this hidden environment, it's really made up of three different but totally interconnected layers that are always influencing how our brain cells communicate. You can almost think of it like the electrical weather, the physical landscape, and the ocean currents inside your head.
First up, you've got the electromagnetic layer. I mean, think about it. All your neurons firing off signals create this constant electrical hum, and that background field can actually make it easier or harder for nearby cells to fire. It's pretty subtle, but it's always there. Then you've got the mechanical layer. And this is cool. Your brain isn't some hard, static thing. Nope, it's more like a really soft gel. It literally gets pushed and pulled around by your heartbeat, by your breathing, by waves of fluid, and that physical strain can actually affect how your brain cells behave. And finally, we have the fluid layer. And folks, this is the one that's going to crack our case. It's this clear liquid called cerebrospinal fluid, or CSF for short, and it bathes everything, providing the perfect chemical environment that every single one of your synapses needs to work. Okay, so now that we've got our lineup of the brain's hidden environment, we can point to our number one suspect in this whole zoning out mystery. That very same cerebrospinal fluid. Turns out, it does way more than just cushion your brain. Yeah, the best way to think about CSF is like it's the brain's 24/7 cleaning crew and maintenance team all rolled into one. Its biggest job is to flush out all the toxic gunk and metabolic waste that your neurons produce just from the simple act of thinking. So this stuff is a total workhorse, right? It's delivering nutrients, making sure the chemical balance is just right by managing ions like potassium, and, crucially, it's taking out the trash. But here's the kicker, the really important clue. This whole cleaning process goes into overdrive almost exclusively when we're in deep sleep. Remember that. All right, so we've got a brain that's running on fumes, and we've got this cleaning system that really only works when we're asleep. So, what happens when you haven't slept enough? This is where it all comes together. Just look at the difference here. On one side, you have a happy, well-rested brain. Everything's running smoothly, it's clean, communication is stable. But on the other side, a sleep-deprived brain is, well, it's a hot mess. It's clogged with waste, the chemical balance is all out of whack, and it's dealing with what scientists call residual strain. It's basically overworked and overflowing with junk. And look, your brain just can't keep going like that. It's not sustainable. It's like trying to run a supercomputer that's overheating and full of dust. At some point, something's got to give. A breaking point is reached. And that is the big moment. Your brain basically says, nope, can't do this anymore. I'm taking over. And it forces a tiny little localized sleep. That moment you zone out, that's not you failing. That's your brain hitting the emergency reset button. And this isn't just a theory. Scientists can actually see this happening in real time. For just a second, you get these slow, sleep-like brainwaves popping up. The parts of your brain responsible for attention literally just disconnect. And then, get this, a huge, powerful wave of that cleaning fluid, the CSF, just floods through the area. They can even see your pupils change. It's a full-on biological system reboot. So why does this matter? Well, it's way more than just a neat science fact. This discovery completely changes how we should think about being tired, about focus, about what it even means to be awake. This really says it all perfectly.
Zoning out isn't your attention failing, it's your brain desperately trying to get a little bit of that deep sleep recovery work done, even if it's just for a second, right in the middle of your day. It's a safeguard.
So what does this all mean for you? Well, for starters, the next time you zone out, cut yourself some slack. It's not you being lazy, it's your brain's biology trying to protect you. It means that feeling of losing focus has a real, physical cause. And it proves, without a doubt, that sleep isn't a luxury, it's essential mechanical maintenance for your brain. And maybe the coolest part, it shows that awake and asleep aren't a simple on-off switch. It's a whole lot blurrier than we ever imagined.
And that just leaves us with this one last kind of mind-blowing thought to chew on. If parts of our brain can be asleep while the rest of us is awake, walking and talking, what does that really tell us about that hard line we think exists between being conscious and unconscious? Maybe that line isn't really there at all. Just something to think about.